to some input. I won't mess with it for now. Anyway, so guys, today this is awesome because here's what I like to do when I talk about Facebook. We're going to be able to, I can already tell, skip over some basics because you guys, I know where you're at. But we're going to be able to specifically strategize your company and what the best avenue will be for how you're going to target using Facebook, and we'll strategize together and we'll round table a little bit, and I like that kind of a session a little bit more anyway because I learn more in that environment when I do so. So initially, let's jump into profile. And so most of you guys know there are basically three primary types of Facebook pages. There's your profile, that's you the person. There is a Facebook group, which is a private to semi-private group made for collaboration. And then there's Facebook page, which is for business. So profile, group, and page. They're very different, and their functionality is different, and their purpose is different. Profile is meant to be as open as you want it to be or as secure as you want it to be. Group is the same way. It can be a super secret group or it can be a public group. Page is meant to be seen by the world. It's meant to be advertised. It's searchable. If you have a good listing and people are searching your brand on Google, they will find you on your Facebook, just like on your LinkedIn and on your Twitter. So it's a searchable tool if you have your profile filled out correctly, and we'll cover that. But there's very distinctive differences, and one of the big differences or the oddities of Facebook is you log into your profile to get to any of them. So if you're going to your page, you log into your profile. If you're going to your group, you log into your profile. Hey, buddy. You're here. Come on in. Come on in, fellas. Nice to meet you, Jack. Welcome, guys.
We'll sit by Jenny.
Of course we are.
So, Jody Butler of The Butler Did It. Jack Bishop. Great to have you guys. So, we're talking about the differences in Facebook page, group, and profile. And the fact that you always log into your profile to get to anything. Now they have made some adjustments to where you could log into a Facebook page and not even have a profile. But optimal use, the best case use of a Facebook business page is if you use it with your profile. And we'll get to that just in a moment. So navigation, basic navigation, the Facebook page button here and this home button are the same, do the same thing. They're going to take you here. This is where you land when you log in. This is going to be referred to as your wall or your news feed. You're going to always default there. It also always defaults to most popular posts, and it's auto-sorted to top stories. So the stories that most people are interacting with and most people are seeing, it always defaults to that. You can switch it to most recent, which puts it in order of time, and then you're seeing more of everything. Yes?
What's the password to get into?
It's Welcome to Nova ! I love it. They're the only organization I've ever visited that it's the same at every location. It's fantastic. I love it. Welcome to Nova, no spaces, ! So when you come back here later, it's going to go back to top stories. It always goes back to top stories no matter what, unless you choose. Now everybody complains enough, maybe at some point they'll change it, but Facebook wants to reward posts that are getting a lot of interactivity. It's a popularity contest. The more popular your post is, the more interactivity.
So every time somebody comments on a post like this, let's say, does it show up again in a news feed? And the reason I'm asking is because a lot of times, or in your news, because a lot of times I'll see things that are older and they pop back up. And somebody
Yeah.
must have commented. Is that why
Yeah,
that
exactly.
happened?
You can take a picture. I had this happen a few times from my high school reunion. Some pictures that were less than flattering of
Yeah.
a lot of folks, and you hadn't seen them for almost a year, and then finally somebody came to Facebook and said, "Oh, look at that! There's Joe and Mary and blah blah blah," and it a year later
Oh my God.
came back and became popular again.
Just on that note of other people commenting on other people's posts,
Mm-hmm.
how do you set the settings? Like, I get annoyed that on my personal email, I get like 1,500
Notifications?
who I don't
Okay.
care about and don't
We'll
know
cover that.
commented,
Yeah.
and a photo you
Yeah.
commented,
Yeah.
and it like fills up.
It overruns your email. Yeah.
And set my settings
Very
so that
important.
I'm not alerted at other people, unless it's something directly.
Yep.
Okay.
We'll cover that because that is there's a couple of different ways to do that. It's very annoying to just get bombarded.
Yeah.
What'll happen is if you get thrown into a group with say a couple hundred people and they get real crazy right off the bat, you'll have like 1,000 notifications and it's
Yeah.
really crazy. But you can turn those off. So basic landing, you're always going to land here. We'll talk about favorites after a bit. This is your favorite area. You can add things to it. If you're running advertisements, this is your access to it. Your business pages that you administrate, or maybe page. I have several. Groups are right down here. These are groups that I'm a part of, and again, I'm in a lot more groups than that. If you want to see them all, you're in 10 groups and you can't see them all. I know, Jennifer, you administrate a bunch. You click more and this will give you the whole list of all the groups you're a part of. Same on pages. If you need to see all your pages, just click on more. There's all the pages that you administrate. Friends is also lists. We'll cover that momentarily. What a list is, how to create a list, how cool they are, because they'll help you see what you want to see when you want to see it. And then, of course, apps and Game Center. Interest lists, another kind of list, and the cool thing about interest lists, they're newer. So if you want to create a list of all the pages in one of Jennifer's networks, for instance, Jennifer, you could create an interest list that is the Marana Breakfast list, and it's nothing but all of their business pages. You could create that as an interest list and then share it with all of them, and they can subscribe to your list to where they don't even have to create it. It's already a public list, and I'll show you how to do that from Pages. A really cool new tool to help your businesses stay connected to one another and see what's going on with one another. Same way here, all of the guys here could create a private list or an interest list to where everybody sees what's going on and they're helping one another. We'll talk about this in a little bit, but if you're on a Facebook page without a little bit of help, nobody's going to see your stuff. It's just not going to happen. Edgerank is made to reward high volume interactivity, and so if you don't have it, it's tough to get it, but you can get a little help from, the song, a little help from my friends will help you go a long, long way on Facebook.
Could you sing that?
I would, but I don't want you guys to run away screaming. So anyway, your profile page or your timeline, you click on your name or your face and there you are, and your timeline image is here. If you want to change that cover image, you click right here. You can load from your actual images that you already have on the page, or you can upload an image. The pixel image size for this is 851 wide by 315 pixels tall. If you want to adjust or change your profile picture, click here. Optimal image size for your profile picture is 180 by 180.
How did you get that collage? Was that something you did on your own?
It's actually an app. It's actually a Facebook app that I utilized. It took all of my friends and brought them into one big image. So let me actually click on the image and show you what it looks like. So there's the actual image.
like a dot,
Uh-huh.
and then right before he put the...
It randomly chooses, but it did pick my wife really big. So I thought, okay, that's a winner. I'm sticking with that one.
Good choice.
So what you can do is within your cover, say your picture is large, I can reward different people at different times and just drag it up and down now to see people on my page. So now I change my timeline. It auto sizes to the width, and then you can drag up and down. So that's important for like you guys, Jody, in that you take a picture of some before and after stuff. You can take that image, put it together in an image, put it here and use it in a cover image. And again, before and afters are very powerful to anything you're doing in construction. I can help you with that. We'll knock a few of those out. We did a few for Rana. I did a few before and afters for her because she does room staging and house staging. And so before and after, again, very powerful images for her to show. This is what a room looked like before I touched it. Here's what it looks like now.
And it just reminds people what you do.
Quality of what you do. Yep, absolutely. Now if you could do that with people in the pictures, it's even better. So are you guys comfortable with your cover image and how to edit that? Okay. And in sizes, etc., we'll go back to, let's talk about settings. Okay. So you can go right here, because this is pretty important. It can be extremely overwhelming. Go to you hit the little down arrow, and you're going to come right here to account settings. And you have a great deal of control. So we're going to go to notifications. Okay. And now this one, if you have this option at the top of your page for high volume users, it's a one-click fix. I don't get any email notifications from Facebook other than a few I've chosen now.
Okay, so how do you do that?
Well, the key would be that it has this free. When you go to this setting, I'm going to walk through it one more time. Go through here, account settings. The dilemma with this is they don't offer it just to everyone. High volume users, you'll get there eventually. I'll show you another way.
Okay.
Yep. So we're going to go to again to notifications, and you'll notice right here I can toggle that on. If I turn it on, then I'm going to be getting everything. If I click that, I'm only going to get the most important and summary emails. Now, within the notifications, I can come down here and I can control every kind of notification specifically. So I can say that on this one, Facebook sends you a message, etc., and you can see that none of them are highlighted for me because I have that automated tool. If you don't have that automated option, you can go in here and anything you untick, you'll no longer get that notification by email. So quick and easy. If you want nothing, you can have nothing. Just make sure you go to Facebook to see everybody's engagement.
As the farm bill, small bill, let's build mafia together. Is that on there too?
I'll show you how to block that. Yep, I'll show you how to block that. Yep. Yeah. No, I don't have time for games either, but some people, it's a very interactive thing that they like to do, and that's great. So the other thing, photos, groups, pages, events, questions, notes, links, each one of these you can expand. So I could go to groups, and I could say that I only want to get this one or this kind of notification. Or again, I can say nothing. I want nothing, untick it. And you won't get notifications in your email. Right. You're going to get Facebook notifications, but you're not going to get email notifications. I know exactly what you're saying, Catherine. I've had a couple of moments with groups where I was like, holy cow, what's happening? Blew up my email, and I've got hundreds to sort through, and it's a mess. Then you miss something important.
Yeah.
So notifications are very powerful, and you can make those adjustments there. You ask about games. Let's go to the game feed. Okay. And so here somebody has asked me to play a game. I'll show you how to fix that. You click here, and I don't want to do that one. I want to go here. Let's go back to App Center. I'm going to do it a different way. So if you go to App Center is the correct way, and go to requests. So you got 8, 10, 15, 20 requests to play a game. You come to App Center and then request, and then you come to those apps, and I don't have any requests right now. I'm sorry, I've already done.
Mine is, I'm on the pad here, so I come up with games.
So,
Tab.
yeah, so you're going to have limited.
Tabs.
It may not have it on the iPad.
Oh.
You have a smaller filtered version of Facebook that's going to be a little bit more limited.
So you go to requests?
So yeah, let's walk through that again. Go to App Center, okay, and then go to requests. And unfortunately, I don't have any because I've already cleaned them all up. If there was a request, there'd be a game right here, and right over here on the right, you can click the X, and it says block all connection with this app. And you're not blocking the person, although you may want to. You're blocking the app. You're no longer going to get any requests or notifications from that app. But you do have to do it from a desktop.
So before I block this app, is Branch Out something I should block?
I would not waste my time with it. It's a spammy networking tool.
Okay.
I would block it. I've blocked it. I don't use it. It was just basically what I don't like about Branch Out, and there's a few others like it. It's a Facebook app that's supposed to work kind of like LinkedIn, but it auto invites all your friends, and I don't. Yeah, that's not how I like to network. I mean, networking, it's like you're networking in person. Everything you apply on a person to person, you should apply online. So I'm not going to spam everybody and get them to come like my page. Are you guys fairly comfortable with creating content? How about dropping links and uploading pictures? Jody, I know we've gone through that a little bit. Pretty comfortable with that? Okay. You're.
Yeah, for me it's a little different. I'm a musician, so I want to keep mine. No outside interest coming in, just for music.
So let me see. So you personally, you're a musician.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to do Facebook just for your music?
Yeah, I don't want everyone getting on there and putting posts and all that.
Yeah, so you could create a musician page.
There is one.
Okay. And within that musician page, you could control it to where other people can't post.
Right.
He has this for his band.
Yeah. Yeah, so you could make it to where they can't post. I'll show you where that option's at. You have that option. For most businesses, that would be a bad choice. But there's always a difference. There's always difference because sometimes you need to have it one-way communication.
I think people should want to know what you have to approve it for this post.
Yes. Yeah, we'll walk through that.
Which is even better than good stuff.
But every brand is going to be different. Most of us are trying to get two-way engagement so that we can build rapport and relationship and hopefully eventually sales. Okay. So I'm not going to cover a great deal here. I'm going to give you a tip or two, though, in that let's grab a link from an article, and hopefully there will be something good right up top. Facebook changes algorithms. Hey, everybody wants to know about that, right? We'll talk about that a little bit today. Fans go cracker nuts. So here's an article, and let's say I wanted to share this article. I'm going to copy the URL right here in the browser. I'm going to bring it over to Facebook, and it's going to populate. It's going to pull the title from the article, and it's going to pull the first part of the copy, or if there's a meta description attached to that article, it'll pull it in here. You have the ability to edit all of that. I can click and change the title. I can click and change what it says about it. So I've had great articles that the description was kind of weak, and I could have named it better, and I'll go back and rename it to get a little more juice and a little more interactivity. So you can do that. The other thing that you can do, if there's multiple images in the post, it'll let you scroll through and choose the one that's most appropriate. I don't know when you would ever want to do this, but you could say no thumbnail. But you want a picture with every post you ever make. If you hope to have any activity, it needs to have a video or a picture, something that is visual. Facebook is a visually interactive social network.
And I find that I can find almost anything. If I go to search Google and then you just click images, you can put in dog running backwards and it will bring it up. And it's like, so I try to connect images with. And I didn't know that you could change the content there. All the time I post.
Yeah.
I do events on it all the time.
You have a great ability and a great amount of control with what you make your post look like. And I want you to really get this on your pages and on your profile. The most important thing is visual stimulus. If you don't catch people's eye, they're not going to stop and read your article. I've even seen some of your counterparts, they put out a ton of content, but it's just articles, and there's no pictures, and nobody's reading that stuff. It's just zooming by and disappearing into no man's land because there's no image, there's no question to go along with it to make me click and read.
I struggle with something as far as posting on my business page versus my profile. I know that you don't want to constantly post, like I don't want to post mortgage information every day because people will block when they don't
Correct.
read it all that. But then I feel like when I post just items of interest on my business page, just to get it out there, but not mortgage specific,
Right.
then I feel like, well then, if someone is coming to look for mortgage information and they go to my business page, there's not a lot of mortgage information because I've tried to do just items or...
You definitely need to mix it up, and we'll talk about that as far as spreading it out and doing something different each day. My suggestion is literally schedule it. Monday is Fun Monday. Tuesday is mortgage. Wednesday is, the next thing, rates. You can even break down mortgage into 2 and 3 different pieces and consistently talk about, Thursday we always talk about mortgage rates. And get into the rhythm of that. It helps you be diverse because your audience is diverse and what they want to consume is diverse. And also, if you do nothing but business, you know that nobody's going to care about it.
We did something with the Padres. I told James Jensen, I said, hey, people come watch people play because they're interested in who they are. So maybe make Facebook a game and say, guess who this lender is today, guess what her favorite color is, the first one to guess that gets a free thing of chocolates.
Yeah, absolutely.
But if you can make it interactive but still kind of, and talk about that person a little bit so that they get excited about who that person is, and maybe the agents out there will connect.
Anything that you can do along that line to ask for involvement and engagement, you're going to increase the page. I took the link out, and at this point all I did was just copy the title. Typically I say something about it, but I won't. I'm going to hit post. One thing that you can change, and this is on any kind of post that you push out from your profile, you can control who sees it, so you can create, and we'll get to this in a moment, lists. You can create work list and my friends list, and you can separate the two to where you could post this out to business contacts who that are in your profile, and you can create 2 separate lists for those. So it defaults to public, but you could go out to friends, etc., or you could go to any of your lists that you've created and post to those, so that you could avoid blasting your friends who live all over the country with stuff that you're talking about that's here in Tucson. Band. I've got a concert coming up in Phoenix. You're going to target that. You're going to hit Tucson, Phoenix, people who could possibly go to that, not everybody all over the country. Okay, so here's your post. We're going to hit it and push it out. And there it is. So that post is out. This actually just came out this week. And this is part of monetizing Facebook. Now you can pay to have your post be popular. So for a business, there are times, and we have proven it to be very true, you can increase 4 and 5 times the amount of impressions you get by paying $5 to promote a post.
So what happens?
Yep. If you click promote, it will come up with this, set up your credit card, so on and so forth. I already have an account, but it's different, a different account on your profile. So I have an account that I do this on my business pages. I promote posts, not always, but sometimes when they're important. If you have a huge budget, just pay for all of them. $5 to $15. So obviously the more you pay, it doubles the amount of impressions you're going to get for every time that you pay. What I've found about a paid promotion is that you get impressions to people who aren't already engaging with your content.
When you are posting to a list rather than public, and you're just targeting those people, does it show up the same way when it comes to like popularity? Is it going to always show up?
Yes, Edgerank will still apply,
Okay.
but it'll only apply within the context of the list that you created it for.
Okay.
So if it's not public, it's only going to blow up within that 100 people that are on that list. So you're definitely limiting the post, but you may intentionally want to do that. A warning there, when you change public, it's going to stay what you just set it to. So you got to change it back to public, or you're only posting to your 25, 35, 150 people on that list. Change back to public, or you're going to be, I see people do it in business all the time. They're shooting it out and they're hitting their Colorado crowd instead of their international crowd. So I'll walk through list. Thinking of profile.
So is the main purpose for having the list so that you can target your audience for different posts?
That's one of them, yes. There are several cool things about a list. Let me show you one right quick in that. So they're called lists, but they're going to be on your page as friends. It says friends down here. It's friends lists that you're creating. I'm going to hit more and jump over here. So let's see. Here's my online Bismarck list, which I need to update with all of you.
How do you create a list?
I'm gonna do lists, and we'll create that in 2 seconds. So here's the power of a list. I need to add Pam because she's here, and Deborah, and Steve. So these are suggestions. It's finding common threads of connectivity and saying, I think these people might be good for your list. That's after you've created it. But here's the cool thing about it. It allows you in one click to see nothing but everything that those people have posted. So you're only seeing your bridge group or your mountain biking group or list or your whatever you create a list around, you get to see in a snapshot, and it doesn't filter it. You're seeing everything that they've done in the order it was done in. So here's this list that I create for this group. This is everybody in the group. Oh my goodness, somebody put lipstick on a dog, kissed a dog. Okay, we have a lot of dog lovers in our group, so that's cool. So let me walk through creating a list. You can go to this URL if you like, or you can go to down on the side. There'll be a drop down that says more, and you go to friends, and you can click that friends, and right here you can say create a list. So I'm going to create a list, and I'm going to call it, I already had one in there called temp. I'll do another one, and then I'll go back and delete them. Temp, and I'm going to begin, so I'm going to start typing Connie's name. So you can just start typing names, pulls people from your friends list, and
Do they have to approve being a part of that list or no?
no, they don't. Here's the cool thing about these specific lists. They're private. Only you know that they exist. Even when you publish to a list, nobody knows that except for you, because this is a complete private list, Nobody knows they're on it. Nobody knows you have it unless they get into your profile.
But then you had mentioned earlier
A public list.
creating a
Yeah.
list for a network.
We're going to do that over
That's
on.
separate.
Yeah, we're going to do that one on page. This one you can still do. So here's a great use, another use for lists. I can go create a list of my competitors, and I can get a snapshot of what they put on their pages today. And I can see constantly. It's my private list, only I see it, nobody else sees it. I can create that list. One click, I can see everything that Joe and Mary and Bob put out on their business pages. And let me show you how to do that. So here's this list. It's called Temp. I know there's already an existing one called that, so we'll find it. Here it is. So I've created this temp list. Come on. Catch up, Internet. And I have no idea who I put into this list. It's loading rather slow. But I can manage the list. I'm going to edit this list, and it pops up the box like you're going to get more people. But here's the cool thing that most people don't know about lists. I can go to this list and I can turn it to pages. And all the pages that I have liked, I can now, so literally for business, I can go find all of the agents in this building that have a page and put them into a list, and I can see everything that they do every day. Or any other, if you wanted to monitor your kids and their friends, you could go make a list and do that. If you, anything, but you have to have connectivity. So we have to be friends. You have to be friends to add them on a list, or I have to have liked the page to add them to a list. Again, this.
What's the benefit of turning it into pages instead of?
I'll show you that. And so I am part of several groups. So here's the online business group. Here's another group that you guys can join if you want to get some social media help. It's called Social Media Syndication List. Okay? So this is a private group of people who all have business pages who are helping one another. I'm giving them some likes. I'm giving them some comments. I'm sharing their content when it's cool. I don't share crap. And I'm helping them out, and they're doing the same for me. That's one of the ways that you can do lists. So all I have to do is scroll down this list and say, like, that's mine. So this is something I liked and commented. I already liked this earlier. I thought I commented on that one. Oh well. Anyway, so you have the ability to very quickly interact with a bunch of other people without spending if I had to go find every one of those pages, it would take me hours. I can do this in 5 minutes or less.
So after you did your list in order to turn it to pages, you went to edit?
Manage list, and then you go to edit list, and hit the drop down and go to pages. You could also, if you're a really good stalker and you've subscribed to a bunch of people to stalk them, you could actually go here and go to subscriptions, where you're only just subscribing to them and then monitoring what's going on. You can do the same thing with your kids if you wanted to keep an eye on your kids. Yes.
My son says to me, Mom, you have no clue how much Grandma affects my Facebook profile. I said,
That's
why
awesome.
does she bother you? He said, no, it's just I have to think every time I go to post, I don't want to offend Grandma. Yeah.
That's probably a very wise thing right there. So, again, this is all private. This is only you see this, only you know this exists. It's a phenomenal tool, and it's for you and your use. I'll show you one other helpful tip that you can use along with your lists. So go to your friends again, it'll pull up all the lists. So see the little pencil? Anywhere you see that little pencil, you can click on it and you can add that list to your favorites, and it's going to put it right here. So it's always right there at the top, my to-do every day list. I got to go interact with these 27 people that are helping me get found on Facebook. So I'm going to click, boom, boom, boom. I'm going to go through, interact quickly, and then I'm going to move on. I don't spend a lot of time on social media. I hit it, I walk away. go do what I need to do to do business, and then I'll come back and hit it one more time in the evening for another 5 minutes, as far as this goes. So you can add anything that has the little pencil mark to a list. I want the auto-created lists. All of these up top are lists that are created from your profile by Facebook. So these are all places that I say that I have worked. These are all places that I said I went to school. These are cities based on where I said I lived, and Facebook auto creates those. You can utilize those lists, but you can't delete them. So you can go ahead and put everybody that is your friend that lives in your city or your neighborhood or whatever you've got in your profile. There's the J3 effect list. So you have a great deal of control in these tools to see what you want to see when you want to see it. If I want to see everybody that's in this group, I have one click and I'm there, and I monitor profile and pages, a mixture of the two in this list. I want to see what everybody's doing. So I'm teaching, I'm talking about it, and then I'm monitoring to see what people are doing on their pages. I'm not the Facebook police. I'm just trying to help everybody, learn how to do it right and give them some tips. Hi, how you doing? Oh, I'm so sorry. Well, we are just about to jump to Facebook pages. Within Facebook profile, can you guys think of anything just that one thing that you'd really like to have a little help on within your Facebook profile? This is your normal interactivity, liking, commenting, sharing, notifications.
Why does it always switch to the Facebook email? And how do I get access to that email?
Your email? Okay. The Facebook email, right here, again, go into account settings. Okay, and we're going to go to email and edit. You have a great deal of control. My default email is this one, but you can add multiple other emails inside of your Facebook profile, and you're going to have to enter your profile if you enter. It's going to always default to that Facebook email now, but you can add as your notification and login email different ones. Yes.
Can you block someone with a message?
Yes.
And do they get a big fat
They have
don't want your message?
no. It just shows that you're not available. It just never shows that you're online. So Facebook tries as much as they can to not be offensive in unliking and blocking, etc. So you can go here to your controls and go into the advanced settings, and you have a great deal of control. Turn on chat. Okay, let me hit cancel. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to click on the chat box. I'm going to go up to the little tool right there, and I can go right here and turn chat off, and that means it's off for everybody.
Well, okay.
So nobody can see me right now.
I'm talking about chat. I'm talking about getting the message.
Oh, maybe what she's talking about, and I switched that in mine. So I have to accept that somebody wants to post something on my wall. They can't just post it there.
You mean message?
Where your
Little
number
bar
2
next
is?
to friend request
Up there.
messages.
They're actually, yeah.
Just someone sending me a message like, hey, what's up?
It's the same thing though.
It's the same thing.
The
as
chatting,
chat.
yeah.
Chat and message are the same.
Okay.
So what you can do is go to this advanced setting right here, and you're going to hit the little star, and you're going to go to advanced setting. And what you have the ability to do here, come on, you can do it, come on. A little slow internet, there we go. So right now I have it turned off. So I can turn it on for everybody except Joe. I don't want Joe to ever see that I'm online. So you have that ability. You can go the opposite. You can turn chat only for some, and then you can list 5 people that you only want those guys to see and chat you up. Because obviously, like I'm doing a presentation here, so I turn chat off, so I don't want people sending me stuff while I'm in the class here. Jody's going to send me some embarrassing picture, and I don't want you guys to see that.
We're used to it.
Go ahead, Jody. I'm sorry.
there is a Facebook email or message. I know when chat is off, it goes into messages.
Yes.
It goes offline.
That's right.
Saves as a message, but I wouldn't understand there's three different.
There's actually just two. There's chat and messaging, and then you get email notifications. Yeah. Yeah.
I know that, like, anyway.
Okay.
But on Pete's deal, all of a sudden, I come up with like 7 emails. And I call them, so which one did you use? Because I have absolutely no idea. So I know I emailed all the time. And one of them was at Facebook,
Yeah. Well, they automatically did that to you, and you're right, Jody. There is a third. If somebody has that email, what I would be able to do is send an email that would go to your Facebook and give you a notification. That's what that email is for.
But it falls in messages.
It's still part of messages.
Because I was like,
chat, no, chat and messages, all of it defaults to the same place. So even if your show is offline, they can still send you a message and it's going to show up there. You just ignore it. Yeah, you just ignore it. No, you just ignore it. Yeah, ignore and don't respond, because they don't know that you're on or off if you've turned that chat feature off for them. Yeah.
You can block somebody from Facebook.
Yes.
And it doesn't say anything like you're not friends anymore. It's just they don't see
Yeah.
your content anymore, and if they
Yeah.
can't find you, they can't.
You can go into your privacy settings, and so you can see I want to get found. I want the people to find my stuff. But you can go to friends only, or you can go to this custom setting here, and you can do hide this from and make a list of people there. So everybody sees it except for these these goofies. Yeah. Everybody's going to see you except for who you list at that point. Okay? Then you also have more controls. You can go into each one of these additional settings and control whether you allow people to tag you. You're going to control apps, limit audience for past posts. You can say, my stuff when I was older, younger, and crazy, I'm going to make that invisible to everybody except for this list of 10 friends. So you have a great deal of control on your Facebook if you choose to use it. Your choice. Block people and apps. You can block specifically that way. Just put their name, email, however you want to block them. Yeah, it happens.
He actually showed up. Like, I was in an ice pack game at the first big event we did, is where it started. He saw me posting about that everywhere. He showed up and like randomly I just sat at my table like I was supposed to know him. And then after that I would see him like when I would post, oh, cat's game, blah, blah, he would show up. And like, this is so freaky. Yeah, it was really scary. So I was like, but it's like some wonder that a guy with a high school that he won everyone friends that he keeps messaging.
Yeah.
I just ignore them.
Yeah. So ignore or go ahead and block them, and that's okay. I mean, just go ahead and it's your comfort level, and you have the control. So use it. Okay, let's jump back. Let's transition to pages. See how we're doing on time, because we want to get some good strategy talk in. So we're going to jump over to the Online Biz Smarts page. So I administrate this page, so this is normally where I'm going to land. You see all of the cool tools here. Your notifications right here, everybody that said something to you today. Your new likes, who's liked you. We're going to look at insights in a minute, because that's very, very important to getting your stuff seen and understanding popularity. This is just an advertisement spot to try to sell you posts or whatever. This is where people can private message your page. Messages there are private between you, the company, and they, the individual. So maybe they're embarrassed, they don't want to ask you a question on the public wall, so they can message you and say, hey, What I get here a lot is, hey, would you mind promoting my event that's happening tomorrow night? Most of the time I'm good with that, unless it's something I don't really dig or that kind of thing. I'll promote people if they'll ask. other questions and answers that people ask, it's all available there. Let's jump to Edgerank, because you guys really need to understand this to know how to make Facebook work for you. Let's switch over to my brand, because I actually did something for this purpose. Okay, so it takes it a while to load because it's actually crunching all the numbers from all of the interactivity on your Facebook page. So it gives you a graph initially. It tells you how many people have liked your page, okay? And of the people who liked your page, how many friends do they have? Because that's your influence as a page. How many people are talking about this? And your weekly total reach. Now, this is going to be going down for everyone right now because Facebook changed the algorithm when it comes to businesses. So even though I am blowing it up right now, my weekly total reach is still down by 100%. Half as many people are seeing my stuff as they did last week. Because the algorithm change is making it harder for your Facebook page stuff to be seen, and the reason is they want you to pay for that advertising.
Will you take a quick look at this? It's really weird. It's showing that only 21 people are talking about it, but then we have 327,000 friends of fans seeing it, and the weekly reach is 740.
Okay.
So it seems like those numbers are really, really high. It seems like...
No, and I'll show you more specifically why. That's not that off. Talking about it means they liked it, they commented, or they shared.
Okay.
So the other number is just they saw it. It was on their wall at some point. So your weekly reach is how many people saw your content on their wall, on their newsfeed.
People talking about it has nothing to do with
That's all about people who clicked something and interacted with you. So that's where we're going to talk about the next. So we're going to go right down here, and we're going to talk about virality. So I'm going to sort by virality. And you can click any of those numbers, the headers, and it'll resort. So a good viral post, it typically is going to be 8 to 15%. 18%, 15% virality means that 15% of the people that liked your page, that many people are involved in this post about whatever it may be. So one of the things that I do intentionally is I insert stuff on my business page that have nothing to do with my business, but I'm intentionally trying to blow up my Edgerank. Because the way Edgerank works is, and the important part that you can control is affinity. So here's how affinity works. You guys all like my page. You come to my page, Social Network Assist, and you like it, or Online Biz March, and you like it. You're still not going to see my stuff at that point. You've just liked the page, and we don't really have affinity at that point. You've just liked me. So we've you caught my eye. We're not dating yet. Yes.
Affinity.
Yes. Affinity means
Infinity.
yeah. Affinity means that we like each other a little bit. So let's call it we're friends. Or the more affinity that we have, the closer we are. So
I like it.
you have a time in your life where your relationship with your significant other, that's a lot of affinity, okay? So as a page, affinity is the same way. So you guys have liked my page and nothing, you're not seeing my stuff on your wall yet.
More business people.
But one of you, you're all friends with one another, one of you sees one and it's funny or inspirational or something, and you like it. Or even better, you comment or share it. So then the rest of you see it and you click it and like it. So each interaction that you have with my page raises the affinity level. The more you interact with me, the more affinity we have. So the better I do at putting out content that all of you like. So I'm varying it. You like dogs, you like this, you like this, you like this. So we have a variety of content that's going out to engage different audiences, and I'm building our affinity. It's not something that you have an honest to goodness. No.
The reason I ask is I really don't have a lot of problems.
Sure, absolutely.
There's actually some stuff come up in one of my groups but that being said, I mean, if I go out and like the page just because I like it, I can go out. I want to follow it.
On your profile.
I'm not the closet guy.
Yeah.
If you ask, I will give you my opinion.
Right.
But you know what, you make a good point. I saw a really good post a couple weeks ago that said, like, God, please give me the strength not to post my things with you so I don't upset God. Because that's what happens. You
True.
just have people off the other
Yeah.
one and be like, yeah, me too.
So it's kind
If
of.
you were to like, say, a political post,
Yep.
won't that bring it back up on his timeline? Because he liked it? Or
If
on
you
his
like
friends?
a page, it would give that notification, but it wouldn't if you just liked a post. You can turn that off again on your profile, that people don't get to see what you've liked and don't
So
like.
if you like a post, the only way people will see is if
They liked it too or looked at it.
50 others liked this.
Yes.
You have to click down and
Well, I mean, but there's people there who guilty
Yeah.
association is big.
Well, and he has to
Which
be careful.
sucks.
It does. It does. So you have to weigh that within your interactivity.
So in other words, be careful what you like.
Yeah. You may. You may. So there are folks that are in our business network.
Not on a business page.
Yeah.
And
There-
it doesn't flop over from because I'm the admin on what we did, like you, just because we like one on a personal deal, they don't show up on my business page.
Not at all. Nobody even knows. Unless I knew who you were, I wouldn't. Yeah.
They're on my personal.
Right. So something you need, very clear distinction there that Jody brought up. What you do on your profile will not show up or cannot be seen by people on your business unless you're friended over there. Now, the opposite, what you do on your business page can and will be seen on your profile because you like your page. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's all cool.
Yeah. But the other way, you have to be careful. You have to choose carefully. When it comes to politics and religion, you have to be cautious on what you say on your page.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, I don't think
I know you don't.
but there are some issues that, just maybe got face-to-face instead of.
Yeah,
It's good to be sensitive to everything.
absolutely. And
Certainly we should have-
sure. And you should have freedom to do that. But just know that if you're going to have the freedom to talk about it online, you run the risk of alienating some clients. Yep. I have some very strong opinions. I have very strong opinions too. But I keep them to myself or in conversations with those I trust, and I don't share them on Facebook. My intentions on Facebook is business. I have a relationship, I'm interactive, but it's business first on
One of the
Facebook.
reasons that I say that is I did have an issue with a great payment plan. And Ross and John did not have more of it. Goes back to the two. I put that on somebody. It was on my personal page. And I just don't know. See, we get to this in time.
Yeah.
Another thing to pay attention to is what you're putting on your personal page, because a lot of times those people hide things. And I've actually seen lots of business owners throw on, pictures of wasted, all kinds of crazy stuff, and whoa, So I know one time
It would
we were
affect.
so late and somebody put a picture of me drinking a chocolate martini with some of the girls, and it just didn't look appropriate. I mean, we weren't doing anything horrible, but it just didn't look right, So I'm like, can you remove that right now?
You have a business, you have a business meeting tomorrow. You may not
Yeah.
wanting that group seeing that. That's another powerful use of lists. Post a list And if it becomes a problem with your friends, you can set the tagging to where you have to approve it.
Right.
And that way you approve what you do and don't want seen. So they can tag you, and it's just going to show up unless you control tags. Okay. Sunset. So here's this shot. I shot this panoramic shot the other day. And so check this out. This post has, it's the virality, we'll go back into it in a minute, a gazillion likes and 53 shares is the big thing. So here's how I did that. So you've got something juicy, or a fuzzy kitten, or whatever it may be. People love babies, they love pets, they love heartwarming stories. The things, that's what people want to consume on Facebook. Or something visually stimulating. So good carpentry, good remodel, before and after. People want to see that. Ooh, that's cool. I enjoy that. So you've got to think in terms on your page, you want to create content. And here's the trick. You need to create the original content on your page first. So I uploaded this picture to my business page. And then I shared it out to my profile. So again, it's content that is appropriate for everybody who doesn't like, a good picture or whatever. Or again, it's a fuzzy kitten or a nice, older gentleman and he's got a nice quote or whatever. It's something that's heartwarming. It's all of the things that people love to interact with. And I have a list of those. I do a whole class on types of content, and I show you examples and how to create that great content. But Jennifer hit it. Go on Google, find a great image, come back, post it on your page, ask a question. So, dumb one. I mean, you get a real... I did a breakfast post that had some really good-looking plate of bacon and pancakes, and I asked, do you like your breakfast salty or sweet? And, it just tons and tons of communication and interactivity. So I've blown that post up. Went viral, big time viral. So I am building my affinity. I'm adding more and more relationship with more people through that post.
So you want to post the original on your business page and share it to
Because I want all the juice to go to the page. So the way that works is...
Origination is going to get good.
That's right. That's right. And that's true everywhere. Yeah, very true. So the same thing on website. When you go to website popularity, website search on Google, their algorithm now rewards. So you get a post that goes out and it goes viral, whatever it is. Somebody wrote an article. Whoever wrote that article is going to get all the juice. There'll be a little bit of bleed over to everybody else that shared it, but the originator gets all the credit. And they're very intentional about that. Come on in. Because they want original content, new and fresh content to be highly, highly valued. So it's the same on Facebook. It's the same on your website. New and fresh content always wins. There's a bazillion pictures of anything you could ever dream of. Just make sure it's not copyrighted. It doesn't have a copyright symbol. Yes.
Now, so say you're going to post a picture that you found on Facebook. When you did with my instead of just copying it and putting it in you had me actually save it as a picture.
Yes.
What difference?
The difference is if you shared the link, then where that picture was posted on the web is going to get all the credit. That's right. It's not originating on your page unless you download it and load the photo to your page. Then you are the originator of the content, question, topic that you create to go along with that photo. So you want to originate. Obviously this is not something you can spend all day every day, but you can have Tuesday be your original content day. I'm going to find something, I'm going to ask a question, and I'm going to get interactivity. Another one of the biggest posts I ever had was I found a picture of a car that looked like my first car. It was an ugly old Pontiac that was about 40 feet long, and I found a picture and I put it up, and what was your first car? Just crazy comment, interactivity, Most of it happened on my profile though. So I posted it there. I said, what was your first car? I shared it over to my profile. What was your first car? It went crazy. It went viral. It got a ton of shares, but all the credit went back to my page because that's where that image originated.
Okay, you said you posted it to your profile first and shared it to your page. You make your share
Page first,
I'm sorry. Okay.
shared it to the profile.
Okay, so if I put it on my profile and share it to my page and a lot of stuff happens there, does it give it any credit at all?
Minimal.
I mean, let's say you post something.
Minimal.
Like, oh, I like this, and I share it to my page.
Yeah.
From your page, is that?
You'll get about 10% of the affinity juice for that. I get 100%. You get 10%. So it's still valuable. It's just something great. Share it. I mean, you're helping somebody else out, and you're going to get, some virality of your own. But if you can be the creator, it's even better. Now, if you see a great post on Facebook, don't download the picture and then share it out because that just pisses people off.
So
Does that make sense? I wouldn't, because you alienate somebody who could help you versus. So share it, give them the juice, and then you find something original to share. But you can share it, and then he'll get a maximum. Yeah. Share if you're helping, and unless they're your competitor, and I still wouldn't do it, because then you're going to start a word war, and you don't want that. Keep it positive on Facebook. Keep your words like you said. Make that a phone call or a face-to-face. Don't do it online, because it'll hurt both of you.
Pretend like you're at a networking event when you are on Facebook all the time.
Yep.
You wouldn't snag a picture out of his hand and go use it as your own and show somebody else if it's yours and you're not the whole.
But you might say, "Hey Pete, come here and show guys. Look at this picture." Yeah.
I get that I can like it,
Okay. I'll show you that. There's a new way to do that. If you look right here, a quick way to do that now. There's a new tab right here. So right now, as I set right now, I'm on my business page as Mike. And that's not normally where it defaults. I switched it over to make a comment as a person. So normally, when you're on the page, it's going to say this. It's going to say change to Jody. That's where you can change to. So this is your ability to become the person or to be the page. Now that's default. That's one setting. However, there's another. So I'm going to go back to the page. And what you're talking about is here in edit. Okay, we don't want to go back to photos. I'm going to go edit page. And I'm going to use Facebook ads.
See on mine, it's up there where it says Mike Grade. It shows. I can go there and I've got to put the top one right there.
There's another one there. I just typically don't use it as much because you'll forget it and you'll be interacting as the page. But no difference. Same thing that you're doing, so I can go right here. The reason I don't do it is I admin too many pages and it takes forever to find them. So I go to the page, use this edit page, use Facebook ads. Now, when I switch into that mode, it disconnects me from my friends list. I am the brand at that point. So I can go like other brand pages. I can like other brand content. I cannot interact with people. I can't tag people, I can't comment, I can't message, I can't do any of those things with my friends list. It's completely disconnected with when I use Facebook as the brand. Its intention is business to business. Here's the downside. If I go out and like 100 pages, they get no like credits. So if all of you guys switch to your business page and like my page from your page, I wouldn't show any extra likes on my page. It has to be a person. Well, it does a lot. There is a powerful value in that I could come over to your page as my page, post on your wall and say, hey, here's some valuable information. that your people who like your page may want and need. So you guys could do that. Who are some of your strategic partners in business? So you could switch into your brand mode. You could go over to their page and provide some valuable information. Hey, did you guys hear about this? Or hey, here's an event that you might be interested in that's happening in the local market. Or so it allows brand to brand interactivity, which is valuable, but you got to remember to turn it off when you want to be you again.
Can I talk about this?
I believe you can. I believe they updated the app to where you could do that.
I've always been on personal phone, and I've yet to do like a can
Yeah.
both have been on my page. And I don't have any of that on these, and that's where I spend all my time.
Yeah. So if you're on your tablet,
I'm not turning
yeah, if you're on your tablet, I believe it does have the ability right at the top to switch into that mode, and I'll have to test it because I haven't done it. You too, Catherine. If you got any questions during the week, you get stuck on anything, make sure to shoot them to me.
Okay. Thank
Awesome.
you so much.
Awesome. And we're doing good on time. So let's talk strategy a little bit more. So here's the group. Here's my page. I mean, we'll talk about some other, we'll probably need to talk about a few navigations things. If I want to update anything to do with my page, I can go here to update info, and that takes me to a different page where I can control my address, my about me, my all of that information, as well as I can manage who has access to my page, pictures, profile, featured. I can go feature up to 10 companies on my page. So there are people that I do business with and that I partner with in business. So I can go feature them with my page. I can have featured page owners. So as page owners, I could turn this on and I could say that I'm a featured page owner. This is the only way people can come to your page and see that you own your page. Now, if you leave that undone, they're never going to know that you own that page unless you choose to do this and feature yourself. But you get to choose. Well, for your business, you should. I mean, people need to know, oh yeah, this is Jody's page. But it may differ on the type of business that you have. If you have, a large multi-million corporation with multiple employees, you may not, as the administrator, you may just be somebody in marketing. You probably shouldn't be the page owner, a featured page owner. But a locally owned small business, you're your own business, you're your own contractor, probably you should be featured page owner.
Where's that? I'm sorry.
Okay, so let's go back to view page here. My mouse is a little extra sensitive. So we're going to go edit page, update info, manage permissions. You can do
I don't have that on mine. Maybe that's-
on your page. Yes. Yes, you are.
Okay, so this is the real estate page.
So under edit page, you may be on the page not as an administrator. That we'll need to check on. Are you talking about Tucson Business Club or your real estate? I'll have to take a look at that, Jennifer. All right, so administrative roles, if you want to add somebody to help you on your team, so say you're doing a team approach to your online marketing, you can add administrators that you can help you. You can also change the level that they have. So you can, managers the highest level. If you only want them adding content to the wall, they can't change your phone number and address and any of that stuff. You can make them a content creator. You can make them a moderator so that they can only respond to posts as the page, as interactivity happens. You can add them as an advertiser or you could add them as an insights analyst. So the reason they have those on there is there are lots of companies that offer Facebook advertising, and they'll run your pay-per-click campaigns. You can add them on here. Or if they're doing any kind of marketing that's interacting with your Facebook, they may want to have access to your insights so they can see if the traffic they're pushing to you is working. So you have a lot of different controls here. You can add them, and then one of two things need to happen to be able to add somebody to your page. They need to have liked the page, or they need to be your friend. One of those two in order to be able to add them as an admin on a page. Alright, and then this is the one place on a business page. When you hit save, it's going to ask for your password, and it's your profile password that it's asking for. It makes you verify adding administrators with a password. Cautious in who you add, because they can remove you if they are a manager. So, tick off your employee, they could remove you and vandalize your site. You may want to put them on as a content creator only. You also have the ability to add apps. There are a lot of very powerful apps that integrate into your Facebook page. So for instance, I use a YouTube. Anything that I upload to my YouTube channel automatically gets posted to my Facebook newsfeed. And then I also have a tab that has all my videos in it. That's a Facebook app that somebody's built for YouTube. There's Twitter ones. There's interactivity where you can get opt-in. You want people to get on your newsletter. You can have a newsletter opt-in on your Facebook page. There are thousands and thousands of apps. If you can think of it, somebody has built an app on Facebook to make it do what you want it to do. Some of them are free, some of them are very expensive, but anything you want done. Mobile, this is something not everybody knows. On your Facebook page, when you go to this mobile feature, there's an email right there. That email you can take and put on, say you've got a less than great smartphone device, you can email anything to that email address and it'll post it to your wall. So that's another way that you could get interactivity with an outposted team. So Jody, say you had 3 teams of guys working on crews. You have that crew leader, you give them this and you say, okay, when this thing is done today, I want you to snap a picture of it. I want you to email it to this email. It's going to post to your wall. So another way, obviously probably not.
Want to send it to me first?
Yeah. Obviously probably not, but if you needed it, if you find the application and it works within your team dynamic, you have the ability to do it. You want to be very cautious with that email. Something else that if somebody got a hold of, it would really mess you up. Okay, your settings is one thing that I didn't hit on. So this is very important. Your settings means you as a person. So when something happens, send notifications to me when people post, comment, or message your page. Send push notifications to pages, page manager, mobile app. If you are on iPad, iPhone, download the page manager app. It has a lot more power than the regular app. You can do more things. You can look at your insights. A lot of different things on your iPad that you can't do with the regular Facebook app. That's Facebook. It's page managers. And you can also have on-site notification of stuff that happens on your page.
What does it mean, on-site? You don't know what I mean.
It means it's going to give you a notification on Facebook if somebody comments or interacts on your page. Hit save changes. Now it's up to date. So again, I want to know, I have multiple layers of monitoring on my Facebook page. I want to know everything that ever happens there. Because if somebody comes on my page and asks a question, I want to answer it so fast that it surprises them. They're like, man, he must be on his computer all the time. No, I have my notifications go off. I respond, I go about my day. But I want fast response, great customer service, great response time. And anytime I can provide that, I do that. People are like, wow, that's better than I expected. And that's never a bad thing, right? Okay, let's talk a little bit more strategy. I know we've covered so much so fast. So we talked about Facebook posting. So here's another way that you can go about this. Let me go grab this article, and I'm going to share it out on my page. We're going to come back to page, and I'm going to go to the page. Just like on a profile, everything about posting is the same. So I'm going to drop the link, let it populate. I'm not going to change anything, but I am going to go here now and I'm going to ask. I'm going to ask that question, and again, you can see here for me, my weekly reach is down almost 100%, even though my interactivity is a lot higher. Okay, so I'm going to push this post out, and I'll show you a little trick about interactivity. So on a page, as the page, I can't tag you guys, which is a bummer. You used to be able to do it, and it was awesome because you could post it out, and you could say, "Hey Jody," and "Hey Jennifer," and get a bunch of people involved in the post. People got spammy with it, and they would just go tag 20 people. So they eliminated that possibility. But here's what you do. So I've posted that, but I can go right here, change to Michael Gray. Now I'm posting as Michael Gray on the page, and I can come back into the comment section here. This, if you mouse over this, it'll give you reach, etc. So already 24 people have seen that just by organic. It showed up on their wall. But I'm going to go right here. And I'm going to comment, and I'm going to do @ and I'm going to start typing and see if it's going to make a liar out of me.
Or maybe Facebook changed overnight again.
Could be. I'll probably have to refresh the page since I just posted it, or I may have to go to my wall to get it to do what I want it to do. Something doesn't work on Facebook, just close your computer and go for a walk.
Don't throw it.
Yeah. Go for a walk, come back. It should work a little bit later. So the reason it's not my top post since I just created it, I'll show you that in a minute, is because I've locked that post into the top position. I pinned it. I'll show you how to do that in a moment. So here's the post I just did. I'm posting as Michael Gray. Let's see if it'll let me tag people now. Nope, I'm going to have to do it from my page. Still going to only let me post. And I was just able to do that a minute ago. Dope! Oh, because I've also already, so I'm going to comment on it here, see if it will allow me to tag somebody. Yeah. So now, since I've gone over to my profile to that post, it allows me to tag Jody Butler. That's going to give him a notification, and basically the way a tag works, you type @ and their name. It's somebody that you're a friend with. You have to be friends. Or if it's a page, you have to have liked the page. It says, "Hey Jody, I'm inviting you into this conversation." That's what a tag is. Hey, join the conversation. So it's going to give Jody a notification on his Facebook saying, "Mike tagged you on a post. Would you like to see it?" And unless he's turned the ability to tag off, or he's turned tag notifications on, he's still going to get the notification, but he has to approve it before it shows up as a notification. The difference in what that will do now and what it used to do when I could tag as a page, it would actually show up on your wall when I tagged you in the original post, which was cool, because you could have a post go out to 10 pages in a click.
They changed the way to tag the mobile posts.
It changes from time to time with the apps.
I was want to post on there.
Yeah.
I got some posts and stuff.
It's not really great on an iPhone. Much improved if you're on an Android. Android tagging on Facebook is awesome. It sucks on an iDevice. It's not great. You can, but you need ideally you're tagging a photo, or you're tagging a link, or you're tagging something. You can't just go back and tag somebody.
No, I just want to tag the post.
Yeah. Can't on an iPad or an iPhone. Sorry, I wish. They'll add it eventually, I hope, but can do it on an Android device now. All right, so let's get back to strategy. Let's talk about your businesses a little bit. So, who are some of your strategic partners that you could partner with? Other bands, other businesses like yours, other businesses you partner with that you could partner with, create a list, comment, like, share their stuff. They could do the same for you. I administrate multiple pages, so since I manage pages, I help the pages out. So here's an example of that. I full-time manage about 5 different pages. So every day of the week, I push a post out from that page, and I share it to the other 4. Okay? So today, Monday, this page gets all the credit. And Tuesday, I go to the next page. Put a post out there. Share it out to the other 5. So you're helping yourself, and I'm also sharing it to my profile when it's appropriate. Again, it's interactive, it's interpersonal kind of content. So that I'm helping the pages out with the pages. I'm also helping the pages out with my profile. The more comments, likes, shares that you get from people, pages, whatever, the more popular the post is, and the longer it's going to show up. The value of Edgerank is all about time. So if you put a post out, depending on when you put the post out, it's going to last for maybe half an hour. With nobody helping it, nobody liking it, nobody sharing it. Somebody likes it, it'll make it last a little bit longer. Think of it in points. You get 10 points for a like. You get 20 points for a comment. You get 100 points. It's the holy grail of points for a share. So the better the content, the more shareable the content, the more interactivity you get, and the more people are going to eventually, when you do this consistently, you will get more likes on your page. If you share great, fun, interactive content, you'll get more and more people who like your page and begin to build the affinity, though we like each other, with the page. Yes?
So when you're sharing from page to page, are you, okay, so if you are social assist, and you post something on your page, and then you want to share that onto Online BizSmarts, are you sharing it as social assist, or are you going to share it as Online BizSmarts to Online BizSmarts?
Let me show you how to do that. That's a great question, Jennifer, because there's a little bit of a trick to that, okay? So let's cover pinning. On your page, only on your page, you can take one post and you can pin it to the top of the page. It lasts for 7 days before it drops off, and here's how you do that. Let's say, so this is for today, so I'm gonna go and see, where's another article? All right, we're just not gonna be picky. I'm gonna pick this one. You're gonna click the pencil, you're gonna go pin to the top, boom, that post is locked to the top of your page for 7 days. So let me talk strategy for a moment in that. Here's what I did. I had pinned this other post that was about this class tomorrow, the one tomorrow. I pinned it to the top of the page. Then I created this post so that everybody coming over to my page was seeing that top post. Hey, come to the class, join the class, get into the class, learn about Facebook. So I intentionally did the two in that sequence So when they landed here, they were always seeing that post right here every time. It's not going to fade away with time. On my page, I get to lock it there. So you can do the same on your pages. To undo it, obviously, same thing, unpin it. And now it's unpinned. I don't have anything pinned at this point.
So that's totally different from highlighting.
Right, exactly. So here's this post. I'm going to come over here, I'm going to hit the share button, and it's going to pop up. You guys have seen the share box. The power in that share box is all right here. Now, normally it's always defaulting to my timeline as the person. But I can change it. I can post it to a friend's timeline, so I can post it to any of your timelines that were friends. I can post it in a group, so any group that I'm a part of, I can post this to. I can post it, it says on your page, that means your page is business. Profile is personal. When it says on your page, it's your business page, so you switch there, and I'm going to actually do this one. I'm going to say on your page. I'm going to switch over to Online Biz Smarts, as Jennifer said. If I can find it, there it is. And I'll say something again. Do I have a typo there? That looks good. Alright, so now I push that out. So I started it on my profile. On my page. Forgive me, I just said that backwards. I started it on my page. I shared it to my profile. I shared it to another page. So that post now has 2 shares already. It's begun to go viral. I did it all myself. Nobody even helped me with that. I made my post viral just like that. It doesn't, but you can do it. Oh, cool. Oh, the fuzzy. Yep. So you can begin to make it viral. Now what I've done there is I've made that post, which would have gone away in half an hour. Now it's going to last for a couple hours on Facebook. As people get on, they check it a couple more hours. The more interactivity I've got, the more it extends the life of that post. It's going to be seen by more people. It's going to last longer. It can last up to 24 hours. Somebody can find it a month from now and revive it by sharing it again.
So if you're sharing it, let's say you shared it to like 4 different pages that you have.
Or groups.
Does that still raise the Edgerank?
Yes, not as much, but you still get Edgerank for it.
Does it help more? I guess this is my confusion. So if I have 5 pages, should I go into referral tree? If I post it on Tucson Business Club, should I go into referral tree and share it from referral tree into a group? Does that give me more Edgerank than if I share it from Tucson Business Club into a group? So
no difference. No difference there.
Okay.
You get value for the share, but you're sharing to a group which is limited audience, so it's not the same as if you share it to another page.
But if I'm sharing from the same page, so let's say I share to all 5 different groups from Tucson Business Club. Now, is that the same if I, rather than me going to referral tree and pulling it out of Tucson Business Club?
Same.
It doesn't matter.
Because all of it comes back to who shared the original content.
Okay.
Where did the original content, so if it's TBC, all of it comes back to where it originated.
Okay, so it doesn't matter where it goes.
Doesn't matter how you get it out at that point, you get credit for all the shares no matter how you do it. So you have a lot of power within your channels to put a post out, share it to your profile, multiple pages.
You're on the computer all day. Sorry, I can't go to meetings anymore.
Well, literally though, you can knock a post out and share it to every one of those in 5 minutes or less.
Well, usually I'll copy paste too.
Yeah.
Same content.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I didn't hit share. Oh, there we go. Sometimes you'll find that even when you do hit share, it'll just stay there, and you'll accidentally double, triple, quadruple post. You'll have to go back and clean that mess up later. It's just the quirkiness of Facebook. It is what it is. All right, we're out of time, guys. There's so much to cover here. I didn't scratch a lot of it, so ask me your questions online, call me, Facebook me, tweet me, message me. I'll turn my messaging back on. And whatever questions you may have, I'm available for you.
Awesome. Thank you. Very, very informative. I love this stuff.
Okay.